Hello everybody, this is Ravi. I have just come back from Italy where I spent a couple of weeks in the town where I was born, and as always I went to the local flea market, and it's always a joy. There's always so much in there, and I spent over 2 hours looking for gold and treasures, and I did find quite a few things that I wanted to show you. I'll also talk through what I like to do with certain things. I hope you'll enjoy this video, but also I hope it will inspire you to look for things that may be a bit different. So I tend to start from the book section in the flea market. I love vintage books. I love the covers, I love the pages and any marks on the pages. However, I do have a lot of books already, and flying with books can be challenging because they're quite heavy, so you can't really have too many of them. So I don't tend to buy a lot of books, but I do find often in the book section kind of notebooks and exercise books, and I found some really wonderful things this time. So this is a kind of notebook exercise book from 1908, and it is just incredible. The writing is absolutely dreamy. Look at that. We definitely don't know how to do that anymore, and this is how you were taught to write. It's very faint, but it is stunning, and this is the kind of stuff that I buy for collage, and then I keep it for ages because I can never kind of find the courage to rip it apart until eventually I do. So I can imagine this sitting in my drawer for quite some time before I can really use it, but it is incredible. And I would use probably anything. Like the cover is just so lush, and I would probably take it apart. It's looking really yummy. A similar one is this one. This is like a German 1927, kind of translating from German to Italian, and in this one also the writing is just gorgeous. And then I found this. This is pretty empty actually, which is also what I liked about it because I can use a lot of the blank pages. But look at this. So beautiful. This is from the 1920s, and it's hardbound. Love this. I also got a couple of documents just for fun. Another obsession of mine are boxes. If you know my work, you'll know that I use tins quite a lot, and these were just really cute. I have a ton of them, but I quite like the design. They're in Italian and they're just really cute. So I bought a couple of them, and these are sold for about 50p to about €1 each. So, you know, they're silly cheap. This was a little jewellery box. I just really like the edging, the writing on the bottom. It opens flat. I can imagine this being like a little book or something like that. So I would probably kind of fill it with something. This is a slightly bigger box. Again, I loved all the marks. A child probably scribbled in there. It's really well, nicely aged. It's quite sturdy as well. It's got sprinkles of paint, rusty, and it's just got a lot of interesting marks on them. It's peeling off here, the nails are sticking out, there's a nail in here, which is slightly dangerous. I just love this. This could be a container for a piece of art, or it could just become something that I store objects in. It might not necessarily become an artwork, but we shall see. I do love this box, really fun. And then I found this lovely box. It's got some writing on it. This probably would have contained goat's cheese. It says here, Caprino. and this is something that I would probably kind of layer papers in to make a kind of 3D collage. Something like this. This is a collage of kind of stacked book covers and letters and pages into a box. Another kind of category is sort of supplies, things that I can actually use to make things. So I found this bag of white cotton. I mean, you can never have too much white cotton. I use it a lot, and there's different sizes. What I love about this is that it's already kind of stained and aged, so I don't even need to do it myself. It's not bright white, it's already kind of off-white, and it's got a little bit of aging already happened. So just a really nice bag of mixed colors. And I found this bag of leather straps. This is actual leather. It was called military straps, so I believe that they were kind of sourced in the same place. And these are really great to use for like journal covers, to kind of tie the journal shut, and they're already super aged, and yeah, just thought it would be a nice thing to have. I found this little bobbing of rusted wire. I thought it would be quite helpful just because it's easy to use, it's easy to store, and it's already got all the aging of the rust. Things that I've done with this are like my Remnants series, where I kind of bundle things up and then display in a more kind of sculptural way, and this can be wrapped around journals and other objects, and it just adds a bit of grunge because it's already super rusty. This tape, I always love them. They're just really cool. I remember my mum having one of these, and probably still does. And yeah, this can be easily taken apart to kind of frame things, to line boxes with them. So super cool. And then I got a couple of stamps. I'm just always interested in trying marks with found stamps. So I have a red ink pad here and a piece of paper. And let's try this out. Yep, perfect. That means it's been paid for. And this is a priority mail. Love them. Cool, that's a nice addition, just to kind of stamp randomly onto pages. And finally, I have some of these elements that I would consider to be substrates. So substrate is something that you collage onto, or you paint onto, or you stitch onto. So these I can see as kind of being the starting point for something. So there's a couple of stretched canvases. Now I probably wouldn't use the front, but what I really like is the back. So this gives me a starting point for collage work, and I can stitch on this potentially if I want to. It kind of frames the piece already in a really nice rustic and aged frame. I love using the back of frames to become the front of something. I made a whole series inspired by that, using the back of frames, and it's called Poetic Assemblages. Here's another one. Probably wouldn't use the front, but the back has got interesting marks, and it's just a really nice starting point. Similarly is this chalkboard that could become the kind of substrate for some collage. Here's a piece that I had made with a vintage chalkboard. It's got a book and this lovely cabinet card and some found jewellery. This shop does not seem to have a lot of vintage photos, which is probably for the best because I have enough already, and I've now even started to sell them because I have way more than I could possibly use in a lifetime. But if I do find a nice deal with a frame photo, I might buy that. And so I found this. The frame is completely tattered. The photo is lovely. I also found this house. This is obviously a modern house, but I really like the shape. It feels really nice. It's a nice size to collage onto. So I would just kind of collage onto, sand it down a little bit, and just have a nice kind of starting point. It's obviously modern, but it does have a little bit of aging already. So I could probably just kind of sand down some of this white and leave it. So yeah, I really like this. This was €1, so it was no brainer. And finally, this is something that I thought would work really well, and I've done something similar before with tissue prints. So because it's already got white paint on, taking something like a vintage photo printed on tissue paper and then gluing it onto that would make it completely disappear. So yeah, I thought that might be a fun kind of bit of fodder to play with. And that's about everything that I found. And the best part about everything that I've shown you is that the final price was under €50 for all of that. So it was a great haul, and I was very pleased with everything that I found. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it inspires you to look at things differently and to find some kind of treasures even in the overlooked things that most people wouldn't even care about. Thank you for watching. Bye now.